All right, we're going to take a look at our next drill in our body positioning series with our head on the side. And what we're going to do with this drill is going to be pretty much the next in the series of progressions for this body positioning piece. And what we're doing now is we're just going to take away the fins. So you can kind of see here our athlete doesn't have any fins on. And now this drill becomes really, really challenging for our athletes because the fins really assist in kind of helping keep the body go forward. So there's a lot more moving parts with this drill, and our athletes are going to actually have to work significantly harder to keep the lower half of the body up, and so that they are also kind of kicking straight. Our goal here is that the athlete, as we just mentioned, should be kicking and traveling straight. We kind of have a little bit of an arch here for our athlete to compensate with the way the feet are currently down. And remember, as with all drills, our athletes are going to be able to perform these drills at various ability levels, and it's our job to make sure that we're coaching those athletes and giving them cues and tips and feedback so that they can perform these to the best of their ability. Okay, so let's take a look at what we see. What we really like, the head is solid, and this is one of the biggest things that we look for in this drill. We kind of want to make sure that the head here is going to be just kind of laying on top of the surface. So we kind of see half in, half out, and we've got great balance right here out of that head. Secondarily, what we look for is here this side being up completely and then this side being down completely. Now, depending on what is your athletes or your overall dominant side, you're going to feel a very big difference between your dominant side and your non-dominant side. This is our athlete's dominant side. Then what we want to look for is going to be the kick, and we're going to want to see the kick going in a side-to-side movement, and we want to see these toes here being really, really pointed. And again, as we kind of talked about in some of our other videos, we want to see a very natural bend in the knee as they're moving through. If we all only have knee movement either like this, or if we're kind of moving our knee like this, everything then is going to be knee driven, and you're going to feel like you're going fast, but we're not going to actually be moving a lot of water with the feet. So here our athlete has really good movement from the hips as we're moving through the water, and we're doing a great job here in this department. So we're getting really good solid movement, and we're traveling through the water very well. Again, a little crooked. Head is continuing to stay down. And that's exactly what we want to see as we are moving through. As we switch to that underwater view, we can kind of see, just again, instead of kind of staying straight like this, we're just a little bit bent. So one of the big things that we'd like to kind of tell our athletes is to make sure that when you're taking off, that those hips and shoulders are up as high as they could be. A little deviation's okay. This is going to be a little bit too much movement from the hips. But on our takeoff view here, what we want to look for is just the kick, so that we don't bend too far below the body. This would be an example of kind of what we talk about as far as the big bend in the knee. This is a little bit more than we would like to kind of see from our athletes, so we want to make sure that we're kind of keeping everything to be a little bit more center and balanced. And again, this drill is going to be really tough, especially for athletes who don't perform it on a regular basis. Another good tip to have is to make sure that the athletes are going to be really engaging their core or conduit area that will connect the upper body to the lower body, so that way they're just going to continue to easily be able to travel forward. On our return view here, we're just going to kind of look for those same things. So here we've got good, just steady head movement. We're not seeing too far down. We're not seeing it move too far up, and we kind of see again that crookedness. If your athlete does do this, and we'll kind of see here at the end, just they might hit the lane line, just reset and get up and go again. So we just want to make sure again that the body is really going to kind of travel straight here. Good solid kick, Shoulders, hips here are up. I just want to make sure that we are not going to be traveling into objects, and the overall goal would be to travel straight. So we look at the underwater view. Just again, hands here are at the side. Head here is in a very good, solid position right here as we're moving through. One goggle's in the water, one goggle is out. Younger athletes, we probably would like to kind of see them keep the lower part of the goggle in the water. Just the cue or analogy we've used for this one before was that think about having the head laying on a pillow as they're traveling through. And overall here we see just again good solid leg movement out of our athlete as well. So not too far low or in front, not too far in the back, kind of keeping everything on the return view a little bit better than we saw on the takeoff. The cue that we would want to make sure that we give with the athlete, just a little deep here with the legs, we would encourage them to get those feet up higher to the surface. The higher we can get those up to the surface, the overall stronger the kick will be as we are then going to be traveling through the water. Overall here though, solid work. If you found value out of this, please be sure to like and subscribe.